Happy New Year, everypony. I hope you all enjoyed 2013 as thoroughly as I did, and saw it off with a bang. 2013 has been a revolutionary year for me, as it was the year in which I became a brony. To celebrate, I thought I would take time to look back at my top 3 episodes which were released this year. If you have been following my channel for a while, you will know that I rarely give opinions about whether or not I liked episodes, so hopefully you will find my first foray into doing so interesting. Having said that, this list is going to be far looser and a little less analytical than my other videos. Without any further ado, let us begin with number 3, Flight to the Finish. Flight to the Finish is an excellent episode. As DigiCurious have pointed out, it deals with the concept of disability in such a mature, forward-thinking way that it is almost surprising how well it works. Scootaloo's condition is described by her friends as having no impact whatsoever on her value, and crucially, there is no hint of self-righteousness or pity in their statements. Disability in this society is as acceptable as being really fast or having unusual hair. It just isn't taken into consideration in value judgments. This is incredibly significant in political philosophy, and I will return to this interesting debate in a future video. Brilliant ethics aside, this episode also featured a solid story with a somewhat funny subplot involving Rainbow Dash's attempts to try to keep it together and tone down her natural excitement under the guidance of Miss Harshwinny. The latter mare also established series continuity, linking the episode back to the Equestria Games episodes in Season 3. The best part, however, was the emotional payoff between Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo, furthering the older sister bond first seen in Sleepless in Ponyville. Rainbow Dash immediately goes to her side and teaches her a valuable life lesson. She may never be able to fly, but that can never define her. This is a much harsher, more real lesson than any presented in the show, and given that the episode's plot focuses so strongly on Scootaloo's disability, it works better than any of the other messages also. My only real gripes with the episode are minor. I don't really find the Rainbow Dash jokes that funny, and I feel Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle's portrayal of Scoots to be so harsh as to almost be out of character. Nevertheless, this is an excellent episode, well deserving of the number 3 spot. Number 2. Magical Mystery Cure. Magical Mystery Cure was a very divisive episode in the community, even before it came out, from what I can tell. I, however, was completely unaware of Twilight's ascension ahead of time. I watched all the episodes of MLP before I'd even been to Equestria daily. From my perspective, Magical Mystery Cure works very well. The songs are amongst the best in the show, including my personal favourite, True True Friend, and each serves its distinct function in moving the story on, while simultaneously being entertaining. There are certainly some pacing issues, however, involved in this being a musical episode, as the plot seems to rush on with reckless abandon, leaving no time to build tension for the main conflict, that of the destroyed destinies of the main 6. So, although it takes almost 9 minutes from the central conflict appearing to the cure being found, it seems like much less. This is made up for in spades, however, by the true focus of the episode, Princess Twilight. Starswell's spell not only gave me my most successful video, but also the largest emotional payoff in the entire series. The Celestial Plane and Celestia's beautiful ballad work together to allow the viewer to relive their cherished memories of the series thus far, just as Twilight herself is doing. All this culminates, of course, in her ascension, the point of all her training. This is brilliant storytelling, providing an elegant solution as to why Twilight's studies were necessary, as well as emphasizing the power of friendship. I've never been more invested in the show than I was at that moment, and that is why it gets the number 2 spot. Number 1. Keep calm and flutter on. What? How dare he? And after it's so ably fixed by Princess Twilight Sparkle? Well, hear me out. Maybe you'll see where I'm coming from. The main plot of this episode was almost as derisive as Magical Mystery Cure, reforming the fandom's favourite villain in a seemingly simplistic way. However, I for one believe this is an unfair assessment of the episode. If we look at the scenes following Discord's reform, we shall see why.
Yes, Princess, I'm ready to use my magic for good instead of evil. Most of the time.
Congratulations on your success, ponies. I definitely sense a big change in Discord. I'll leave the elements of harmony with you, Twilight, just in case.
Here we clearly see 3 subtle clues the Discord is not completely reformed, as was previously supposed. 1. He adds, most of the time, when saying he will use his powers for good, This illustrates he is still wavering on his decision, and has a decidedly chaotic view of how to go about remaining friends. 2. Celestia says she will leave the elements with Twilight, neatly setting up the scenes with Discord and Princess Twilight Sparkle, and emphasizing there is still a significant lack of trust on both sides. 3. Discord is shown noticing Celestia saying this, meaning he now knows of their distrust, allowing him to use it in the future. When combined with the characterization of Discord in Princess Twilight, Keep Calm and Flutter On actually develops Discord in an interesting new direction, rather than ruins him. Furthermore, the actual episode has an excellent moral message about sticking to ethical action regardless of whom you are dealing with. In effect, it is the pony version of the Good Samaritan. This is among the strongest lessons in the series, and ties in perfectly with Fluttershy's character. Additionally, Fluttershy's development is also demonstrated in the episode, as her assertiveness, learned from putting your hoof down, is tempered with her kindness that she learned at the end of that episode, allowing her to stand up to Discord while still maintaining her own values and promise.
Discord? That's not fixing it! Why, I ordered...
Where are you going? What's wrong, pal?
Don't call me your pal!
Oh, come skating with me, and we'll let bygones be bygones.
Here you go, Fluttershy! Game on! He fixes this or he goes back to being stone.
Princess Celestia will understand! I made a promise not to use my element against him, and I'm going to keep it.
You see? She wants to have fun with me because we're friends. She can't use the elements against me because we're friends. I'm free forever.
Not your friend!
Who cares? I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm Discord, the master of chaos. You think you can boss Discord around? You think I'm just going to turn all this back because you say so? Because if I don't, I'll lose the one friend I ever had? Well played, Fluttershy. Well played.
This represents the epitome of Fluttershy's character up to this point, taking into account everything she has learned for the greatest test of kindness possible. Add in the brilliant Discord antics and the real tension felt between the main six, and you have the best episode of 2013. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my thanks to everyone who has watched, commented, and subscribed to my channel this past year. I never thought I would even achieve 1 subscriber, much less over 100, and the debates I've had with you all have strengthened my philosophical and analytical ability, changed my perspective on certain issues, and above all, kept me motivated to continue. Thank you very much. I'd also like to extend a personal note of thanks to the Ionaromancer for his continued support and friendship, and for putting up with my somewhat erratic schedule, as well as to Ben Saint for going out of his way to support my channel with his artwork of my OC. Thank you both. With that, it is time to bid farewell to 2013. Expect more of me in 2014, and bring on the rest of Season 4. I leave, fittingly enough, with my choice for the best brony song of 2013. Goodbye.
I can tell things have changed, but they will never be the same.